What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Sanchize405 coming at you. It is on the warpath, y'all. It is schedule time. We knew the who, we knew the where.
Breaking news.
We don't know the when, but we're about to find out. Amir says breaking news because we do know where and when the Redskins are going to play week one, and it's favorable for almost everybody in the country. Who are we going to play according to reports, Amir?
It is official. We are playing at Arizona Cardinals in week one.
And that'll be the first week one matchup against Arizona since 2002. I know that off the top of my head. I'm proud of myself because I was at that game, so I know that to be a fact. And what will probably be Jay Gruden's last year in Washington, but we won't focus on that right now. Of course, we will entertain Green Bay this year, so that'll be a good matchup. Philadelphia, Thanksgiving apparently still on the table, no pun intended, but looks like we might be going back to Dallas for the Thanksgiving game, which, oh my God, I'm getting sick of these Thursday games. And
I do have the entire schedule here.
Oh, okay. It just got posted. Good job. So let me take a look at it. And mark your calendars. I found it on Twitter. Yes. Oh Lord, they're selling the tickets for it already. Yeah. But you did say, and it looks like the home opener is going to be against the Colts.
Yes. So week 2 was September 16th. It'll be versus Indianapolis Colts. Week 3 be at home versus Green Bay Packers. Week 4 is going to be the bye. So we have a very early bye this year. We have the earliest bye.
Ugh.
Oh, I hate that. Week 5, it'll be at New Orleans Saints. It's on October 8th. That'll be a Monday. That's at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Week 6 is going to be versus Carolina Panthers at home. Week 7, October 21st, at home versus Dallas Cowboys. That's an afternoon game. Week 8, we're going to have the New York Giants going to New York. Week 9, November 4th, it'll be at home versus Atlanta Falcons. Week 10 will be November 11th. That's going to be at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 11, November 18th, will be at home versus Houston Texans. Then, as we were talking about, week 12 will be November 22nd. That is Thanksgiving at Dallas Cowboys. That is the afternoon slot at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Week 13, December 3rd, will be at Philadelphia Eagles. That is also a Monday night game. Week 14, December 9th, versus New York Giants. That will be just a regular time slot. Week 15, December 16th, at Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 16, date to be determined. That's weird.
I think it's because of the holiday.
That has to be it.
Yeah.
But even so, that should only be the 23rd.
So they might play on the maybe that Monday, or maybe that Saturday they might play. So we'll see. Wonder what they're playing there. Yeah.
That'll be the Tennessee Titans at Tennessee. And then week 17, we wrap up the schedule on December 30th at home versus Philadelphia.
Yeah, and you guys can see that register on the screen. First thing I look at, it's very heavy the first half of the season at home. Looks like you're playing 5 of your first 8 games at FedEx Field, and then you're going on the road a majority of the of the time you go into the quote unquote playoff hunt in games. Tampa Bay. It's been a while since we've been out in Tampa. I really can't remember the last
I
time.
think the last time we were at Raymond James was in 2012.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
when
is.
Robert had that 2-minute drill.
Yeah, and we're going to play the Texans at home. Team we haven't beaten 3 times. Dallas. Maybe lends credence to Des Bryant coming to Washington, but that's another discussion for another day. Philadelphia, where Carson Wentz can come and embarrass us on Monday night again. The Giants, then closing with the Eagles. The game that really makes me mad, though, because I live so close to Nashville, is the Tennessee game. I have to make a decision.
Christmas, didn't they?
Yeah, they had to do it around Christmas. That's the absolutely dumbest thing I've seen. But
Are you not going home for Christmas?
Yeah, I'm going to go home for Christmas. But why? Why would they? Why would they do this to me? I don't know. But it is what it is, and that's the NFL. So be it. Thus be it. That the Redskins are going to be playing. What's up, guys? Party like it's happy birthday, Paris Holland. And what's up, Cowboy X Factor? Chop shop. So Amir, you like to do this. You like to jump the gun. What are what are you predicting in your crystal ball?
Can you put that graphic back on the screen real quick?
Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna have to pull it back up. And pulling the graphic back up. Share. And
thank you, sir.
You are welcome, sir.
All right. Well, the first half. Let's just go to the first quarter. All right. So weeks 1 through 5 with that terrible week 4 bye. Thank you, schedule makers, yet again. We have a chance to start out 2-0. That's for sure. Because I'm sorry, we have Sam Bradford's number. He's not going to beat us in Arizona. Colts are a mess right now. Even if Andrew Luck is back, that's just he's been out. He's basically been out for 2 years. The first loss I see is the Green Bay one. We're not going to beat New Orleans on Monday night. I'm just automatically counting both Monday night games as losses just because it's Monday night.
Well, they are on the road. See, the schedule makers did do us a favor. They haven't given us a home Monday night game again.
Yeah, at least there's no home Monday night game. That's true.
Yeah. So
oh God, dude,
never
honestly,
beat Cam Newton. We've never beaten Cam Newton.
Am I absolutely about to agree with David Carr here? I can't agree with David Carr.
Yeah, you can. What you thinking?
David Carr on NFL Network said the other day that it's quite possible, and this is before the schedule was released, obviously, it's quite possible the Redskins get the first pick in the 2019 draft. Looking at the schedule the way it is, I somewhat agree with that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right off the bat, honestly, there's definitely a way we start out 2-0 and then we just drop off. I mean, it's possible. I mean, anything's possible. Hell, we can go 0-16 or we can go 16-0. That's the high and the low side of every single NFL season. You can always go 0-16. You can always go 16-0 or anything in between. But Green Bay's going to be better since the last time that we played them.
Are they really, though?
I mean, you can't. Aaron Rodgers is the X factor. You can never count him out.
He's 0-2 at FedEx Field. Oh, excuse me, 2-1 at 1-2 at FedEx Field. Just saying. Mike
Panthers,
Shanahan's.
We have not beat the Panthers since they drafted Newton.
Right.
So.
And if you want to go back even farther than that, we haven't beat the Panthers since 2006.
Yeah. And then
haven't beat Dallas in 2 years.
We haven't beat Dallas at home since
Jay Gruden been coach.
Definitely not since. I think we haven't beat Dallas
2012.
Since 2012.
Yep.
So 6 years since we beat Dallas at home. The Giants, that home Giants game is a toss up for me.
Well, that's
there's no way we're not gonna beat the Falcons.
Road game after.
Not gonna beat the Falcons. Maybe beat the Bucks. Maybe. If Deshaun Watson is healthy, we're not gonna beat. He was throwing touchdowns all over the place last year. He was cruising to Rookie of the Year. Before he got hurt. So I don't see us being, especially if JJ Watt is healthy with a healthy Texans defense. Now, mind you, this is not me dissing.
This is November too.
Yeah. I just think collectively the team as a whole, even with the upcoming draft, I don't see how we do better than 3-13. Honestly, I don't. And that's wins in week 1, 2, and 10.
Somehow, I think we'll split in the NFC South. I think we could pick up a game, maybe 2 in the AFC South. Green Bay, Arizona. I think we could split with one of those two teams. I think we can surprise Atlanta. So, I mean, I don't see a winning record out of the team right now as I'm looking at it. But I think this second quarter of the season right here will be telling. 3 games at home against pretty good competition. And then you've got a road game in New York where you historically struggle at. I think for what it's worth, I do think we might be downselling the team just because of the move to Alex Smith. I think that his X factor can win a couple of games for them, not including. And I'll ask this question just because it was. Would it be if Kirk Cousins was the quarterback of the Redskins? The last time I'm going to mention this. Do you see this team still going 3-13?
Yes.
Okay. All right then. I don't, but
that's has nothing to do with Alex Smith. It's the team collectively as a whole.
Yes. Very interesting schedule, to say the least. There. But this remains to be seen. Injuries, key pickups, draft. You look at it last year. Nobody thought the Rams were going to coordinate away from busting through. Will they be this good this year? We don't know. I do know I did look up some facts about the schedule, which mean nothing. But the Redskins were 14th in strength of schedule. I think it was 120. The opponents for this year had a combined record of 129 and 127. That's seven playoff teams there. and 9 winning teams from a year ago. And I don't know. It varies from year to year. So we'll see what'll happen there. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Been a little under the weather, but
I'm sorry to that.
yeah. Well, I'm feeling a lot better. Thank goodness for health insurance and drugs, right?
Yeah.
And
Thanks, Obama.
so yeah. But yeah, I like the schedule. I'm mad that the Tennessee game is late in the year around Christmas. Um, so I'm gonna call my mom and tell her I won't be home for Christmas this year. You think I'm playing? But we did talk about releasing the schedule, but we also had some other stuff that we didn't add into this. And Amir, do you have your stuff ready?
I do. Before we hit to that, I just want to touch base. Just a little news recap of the weekend. This weekend Redskins. So there was a USA Today poll in which of the 26 seasoned general managers around the league, Bruce Allen was ranked 25th out of 26.
Does that surprise anybody?
I'm surprised it was that high. I'm
True.
surprised it was not 26 out of 26.
Well, and I've told you this before, Amir. Bruce Allen is a combination of his daddy's son and his brother's brother, a paranoid, narcissistic, egotistical jackass who thinks he's like a politician, really.
Well, he does want to run for governor, so.
Yeah, oh God, I hope he doesn't. Does he really?
I heard he wants to run for governor of Virginia.
Bruce Allen?
Yeah.
I hope not. Oh God. Well, in that case, I'll accept it because then he'll get the Redskins in Virginia and he would leave the team alone. But either way, I don't find this surprising. He is probably the worst kind of scum. I rank him up there with probably Hitler, Saddam, Assad. Colonel Klink, Megatron.
Yeah. Megatron's like Megatron, or like.
Oh no, I'm talking about transforming Megatron.
Okay.
Yes.
Like Calvin Johnson doesn't seem like that.
Yes. Lord Zed.
Lord Zed.
Yes. Yeah. Lord Zed. Yeah. I mean, he is the epitome of disgusting in all that is like. I feel like all that's wrong in football, it's him. I think one of the quotes said they can't really, the agents can't really see. They don't know when he's being straight with them. So, and then how he messed up Kirk Cousins' name, called him Kurt.
Over and over and over again.
And did not seem to correct himself.
Even Larry Michaels.
Michael, no S. Larry Michael.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's just do my own Bruce Allen imitation. Even Larry Michael was trying to get him to say Kirk, not Kurt, on some kind of like video.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, so, Kirk. He was saying it correctly. He's all like, yeah, no, Kurt, Cousins. What about him?
Macaca.
Like,
wrong Allen. Sorry. Wrong Allen.
And he was all like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And Larry Michaels was like, well for that.
Yep. God. It's scary. Like sometimes you question yourself. You're like, Why am I a fan of this team? Because of him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this was anything else in the world, nobody would support it. I'm just saying, like, if that was the case, nobody would be supporting it. If it wasn't your favorite football team, nobody would support it. If this was in politics, he would be the front end. He makes Donald Trump look smart. Excuse me for my Trump fans out there, but it just rest assured. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't hide his ignorance or his stupidity. That's the thing. Like, what is Tony Wiley getting paid for?
Honestly, I don't even know.
You're supposed to be making these people not look stupid. But it is what it is. Excuse me. And also the team returned for workouts.
Yes.
Tuesday.
Brandon Sheriff did get his 5th-year option picked up.
Yep.
Good for Brandon Sheriff. Ty Nsekhe sound his 2nd-round tender, so he is back with the team.
Mm-hmm. And Vita Vea visited with them. I think, was it yesterday or Tuesday? Might have been yesterday. No.
Vita Vea and Deron Payne both visited this week.
And they visited with Geis on last week. So, you know who
with the draft exactly 7 days away.
Yes.
I guess you could say it's 6 days, 23 hours, and 38 minutes away. If you're counting down. But we are fully in draft season, and yeah.
Yes. Your favorite time of the year.
It is my favorite time of the year.
It really is. And not necessarily my favorite time of the year. I'm like, just draft people that you can plug in holes. Kind of like you did last year. Like, it seemed like most of those picks that made the team filled some role last year. So if you get that production out of them, it's worth it's worth the draft. I think every draft pick that made the team played last season, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yeah. So you're going to get Jonathan Allen back, and I will apologize for any noise in the background. Porno Arcade is rehearsing in the background, so I do apologize for any loud noises.
Sorry, is their band's name is Porno Arcade?
Yes, their band name is Porno Arcade.
That's pretty badass. I like that.
Yeah, well, they're punk pop or punk rock. I don't know what people call it, but also
neo metal.
Yeah, neo metal. But also, Amir, do you have an iPhone?
I do have an iPhone.
Can you get podcasts on your iPhone?
I can get podcasts on my iPhone.
Holy crap. Guess what, boys and girls? I submitted the podcast to iTunes or whatever, Apple, and guess what? It got accepted. So, like, if you're like me and you got a phone, you can watch this. Hey, Siri, play the On the Warpath podcast.
Here's the podcast on the Warpath.
Holy crap, boys and girls. Look at that. That's my voice coming out of there. So we're on iTunes or whatever it is. You can play it. You tell Siri if you got an Apple product on your iPad or your Mac computer or whatever you got. We're on there. One of my buddies also told me that you can find it on crap. I can't think of what it is. Podcast Addict. So we're getting big. We're getting big. We're getting big lead up in here. So just make sure you subscribe or rate us or something, because we can get big from that, possibly. And then we can be better than Grant and Danny, right?
That's right.
Yeah. But was there any other pressing news that we had? I don't think there was much.
I believe that was all the news. Dan Snyder trolled somebody. That was about it.
And Amir is now the biggest Dan Snyder fan.
I would not go that far.
I would. Because you're a fan of trolls.
Because my son loves the movie.
I'm not talking about those trolls. I'm talking about internet trolls. I'm just saying, you gave the man props. Yeah, but somebody said, re-sign Kirk Cousins. I think you sent it to him in like November.
Yeah, like 5 months ago.
Yeah,
and all he sent back was like an entire glamour shot of him in his suit
HTTR.
saying HTTR and signed.
Yeah.
If I was that guy, I would frame that and like be like asked to be buried.
I would sell it on eBay.
Sell it on eBay for what, 5 cents?
I mean, you never know. It might be a crazy person who might be. Did Dan Snyder really sign that? Do you think?
Yeah,
he
no.
Really
you can tell it was signed with a marker, not like some kind of like printed thing.
Yeah.
They probably told Dan it was like, "Hey, this guy, because
really likes you."
I read the guy's letter that he sent to him, and like the first like paragraph was just kind of like buttering Dan Snyder up, and they probably just the like PR department or whoever like is in charge of like fan letters probably only gave Dan Snyder that part. So look at this nice little letter this guy wrote you. And Dan Snyder's like, "Oh, send that guy a picture. I'll sign it myself."
Oh my god.
You know that's probably what happened.
Yeah, probably so. But they're still not impressed with Mr. Snyder. But who am I? Who am I? Don't know. But we'll see. We're getting ready to move on, though. We've got some big stuff. But yeah, podcast. Listen to it. Got great stuff on there.
And if you're on Android, make sure you check out us on Anchor.
Yes, on Anchor. We are trying to get into the Stitcher and the Android market too. So I gotta figure that out. So, but we are making it big. We're trying to do it big time. Not that we're neglecting the YouTube responsibility, but it is easier than having a talking head for 50, 60 minutes. You can take us anywhere you want to. So, you know, and we'll wish you a happy birthday and all that good stuff. And just a lot more can be covered.
If you guys send us some fan mail or some comments on the comment section, tell us when your birthday is. We will make sure to wish you a happy birthday on the podcast.
I will tell you this. I am going to right now. I'm going to do this right here. I didn't tell you this, Amir, but somebody gave me a. I don't know what it's worth, but they gave me a holographic Sanchize P. Ryan a card, one of those cards, right?
Okay.
And his rookie card. So I'm issuing a challenge out to everybody out there. Don't care if you got to share, tweet it, or whatever. If we can get up to what's a good number of subscriptions? What's a good number, Amir?
Well, let's go a little easy. Let's start with 50.
50. Okay, so if we can bump up to 50. No, you know what? We're in striking range. I'm going to say 5. If we can get up to 500 within the next, I say before the season starts.
Before training camp.
Yeah, before training camp. So I will do a drawing and I will give this away. I will give this card away. I have it at work. I will give it away. No, free of charge. I will ship it right out to you and you can have it. It's just a way of saying thank you to you guys. So if you guys get and get people out there to rate the podcast, greatly appreciate it. But I do, and then I have some older ones. I've got like Kirk Cousins, if anybody wants that. Pierre Garcon, Deshaun Jackson, I think I have in there somewhere too. So
I will sweeten the pot. I will sweeten the pot.
Sweeten the pot.
Whoever wins, not only will we get that sponsorship here on card, I will also send them my Kirk Cousins jersey.
You got an antique, boys and girls. You got an antique. So we're charging you guys. We got it, and we're gonna do it. I don't know if I have it on me yet, or if it's at my desk at work, but I will get it. And the next time we go on here, I will show it to you, and I'll be like, "This can be yours." It's not much, but it's just saying like, "Hey, we're we're taking this seriously." So we want to gear up and, as the Orioles say, buckle up for big things. But as we talk about Sweeten the Pie, so we're going to talk about that a little bit more too, a little bit later on. Amir, we had another reason to be here tonight.
Yes, we did. We didn't know that the schedule was going to be released until yesterday morning.
Yes.
So we did have another reason. It is, as we said, it is draft time. It is, or as I like to call it, my time to shine. The time of the year that I like to be right, versus every single other time of the year that I'm wrong. I think Sanchize is right.
Quite often. Life, death, taxes, and Sanchize always being right.
Yep, it's the 3 things guaranteed in life, and
that's 4 actually, isn't it? Life, death,
taxes. Yeah, no,
God,
you're
I
right.
can't even count. Lord have mercy. Oh God. Oh, you really did that.
I'm used to no, because I was thinking of death and taxes being the only guaranteed things in life. That's what I was thinking.
That's what they all say.
So, anyways, moving on from that, we have for you guys today my 7-round Redskins mock draft. 2018 edition.
Da,
Now, I will be releasing one last first round mock draft next week. I'll be doing that the day before the draft. We may be doing that on the podcast. So
on the podcast, on the Warpath, the podcast edition, baby. So I'll do
today
this.
we do have the 7-round mock draft. Now, Sanchize, do you have I sent you what it was.
I do. So
earlier.
I can read it off here. And not read it off. I'm gonna let you read it off because you did the work to this, but I will play the part of the commissioner and read it off as the Redskins on the clock. And so we'll get started. Why don't we?
Now, I believe this will be the Redskins pick at number, not necessarily at number 13. I think they may trade back.
But we have to stay.
Their first round pick. I really do think this is who's it's going to be. There's been a bunch of hype around this. Of course, we've been clamoring. Other Redskins YouTubers have been clamoring for a defensive tackle, such as Vita Vea or out of Washington or Deron Payne out of Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Redskins, so we all learn to live with this disappointment. I believe so. I'm just going with as if their current draft status at number 13 overall.
Hold on.
Washington Redskins select.
Hold on. We're gonna do this right.
Darius Geis, running back out of LSU.
Yeah, we're gonna get that running back, boys. The junior out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. As you can see him scrolling down there, War number 5 has some good cutting ability, had some good speed, but was kind of slowed down due to injury. But doesn't go down on the first tackle, Amir, huh?
No, they do not go defensive tackle in the first round here. I think they're going to go running back. They're going to address that running back position and get that all-purpose, all-down running back that they want so as to they can they'll still have Chris Thompson on the team, but they won't have to rely on him and his frail little body so much. And for those of you who aren't able to read that exactly, I do have it pulled up here. Darius Geisner, he's weighed in at 5'10", 212 pounds. He has a 6.14 prospect grade, which is to become an instant starter. He ran a 4.49 40-yard dash at the combine. This guy is just an all-around cool guy. He actually recently he was doing a commercial, I believe it was for a car company. I think it was Toyota or possibly Nissan. For one of his local dealerships, and they were on break from commercial, and he was going to go grab some lunch, and he's driving down some city streets, and he sees a car crash happen. He stops his car, gets out, sees that someone's in trouble in the car, and starts punching at the airbags that deployed, punching the hole in the airbag and freeing a woman that was trapped. So I'm automatically calling him Superman.
Superman. I thought you would. Let's take a look at that video of him kind of freezing up on us. Oh, good now. Okay, never mind then. The hell with the video. Anyway, so yeah, I like this pick. I remember, you and I talked about it, and you said for the purpose of this draft, you didn't consider trades, and probably the only team that the Redskins would have to worry about would be Detroit, who hasn't had a running back since that Stafford's been there. And a lot of people say it's a reach. I personally, in a draft, right, I don't really think there's such things as reaches. I don't. I think it's just such a weak term to use, because like you can have somebody who's a diamond in the rough. They say, oh, he's a reach, but this would be considered a reach, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That's correct. He would be considered a reach at 13. However, I mean, people thought Todd Gurley was a reach at number. I think he was drafted 10th overall to the Rams,
right,
in 2014. Mm-hmm. So I think he was drafted 10th or 9th overall to the Rams. So people thought he would be a reach, and he's turned out to be wildly amazing.
Yep. So that's why I said I hate that term reach. It's like jumbo shrimp. It's an oxymoron sometimes. So because I think you have booms and busts. That's about it. So, but yeah, a good pick. Arby's, they have the meats, so we'll stop there. But I mean, it was possible that they may still go defensive linemen, because they did have a lot of interest in Vay and Payne. So we will see come.
I've also been told by sources that it is possible if by chance Nathan Fitzpatrick falls to 13, they will take him.
They pick him. Yeah, we did talk about that. I remember that. So we'll see. But the Redskins do, after day one, they have the running back of the future, somebody who, and this is good, because I really, and I'm going to piss people off when I say this, the Redskins haven't had a running back since Stephen Davis.
You're not Clinton Portis fan?
Honestly, I like Clinton Portis, but I've never been a Clinton Portis fan. Like, I don't know what it is about him. I might be wrong. Hashtag Sanchize is a fool, whatever. I just have never been a Clinton Portis fan. I don't know. I think at times, he had one good year, maybe two. He had that year in '05 where he ran for 1,500 yards, first running back in Redskins history do that. And then I think he did it again in '08. If I'm not mistaken, he went for like 1,400. So I don't know. We'll say I'll say for kicks and giggles Clinton Portis, but I never really was a Clinton Portis fan. By preference, I always thought that was a foolish trade. Yeah, 14. He had 1,500, 16 and '05. Four times he went over 1,000 yards with the Redskins. A lot of those times he had
injury riddled for most of his career.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And I don't think he was the right back for that system, but okay. He came from that one cut Mike Shanahan offense. And towards the end of that season, after the '08 season with Jim Zorn and everything, they kind of fell off there. So, I just either way, that's beside the point. I'm kind of going off topic, but I think that Geis could be the guy who, especially if you look at the NFC East now, it's become a running back division more or less than the quarterbacks. I mean, the quarterbacks are good, but I think the running backs make the quarterbacks. If you look at Zeke, look where the Cowboys were this year as opposed to last year when they had Zeke all time, no distractions. And also you look at I think while Carson Wentz had a great breakout season this year, I think he was also a product of his his running back tandem. They had good running backs. The Giants just showed that they struggle because they don't have running backs. The Redskins are always caught somewhere in the middle because they have okay to below average running backs. I think you can finally get me above average category to get the second best running back next to Saquon Barkley. With that pick. So I agree with this pick. I like it. We were wrong last year when we went Christian McCaffrey, but hopefully we get a sale this time, right? We get the right running back this time, huh?
Yeah, hopefully we get not only the right running back, but hopefully we're just proven right this time.
This is true. So and then day 2, pick 43, I believe that is. Is that right?
44 in the NFL draft. And I have, let me know when you're ready.
All right, give me 1 second. And I'm going to pull him up here. Oh, wow. You got a local boy. Somebody who I'm not that familiar with, but he's from my general area. So,
yes, he is.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I did not know this. So we stay local. We get somebody else from Virginia in this to add to this defensive line. And who would that be?
And with the 44th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Tim Settle, defensive tackle out of Virginia Tech.
6'3", 335. That's a nose tackle. That's a nose tackle. Something the Skins have never had since going to this 3-4 defense. They've been putting 4-3 tackles. You have Barry Cofield. We thought Phil Taylor would be it. I mean, he still might be, but we can't really think of anybody that has been who stood out as like a nose guard or nose tackle that can eat up space. The only thing we had on the defensive line that could eat up anything was Albert Hainsworth, and he just ate up a contract. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we all know how that turned out.
Right, exactly. But
This
nice,
guy's
nice.
called comparison is Vince Wilfork.
Wow. We go from Marshawn Lynch comparison to Vince Wilfork, and I can attest to Virginia Tech because I've watched them. Um, Bud Foster, who's been the defense coordinator there, I think he's in his second year now with Fuente, and he was there all those many years with Frank Beamer. This guy is ready to make it to the next level there. Some people said they remind him of, one of the scouts said, he reminds me of when Dante Poe came out. He ain't Poe, but he can play all over the line like Poe could. So you mix him with Jim Tom Sewell as a defensive line coach. That's a spicy meatball.
Indeed. So, some of the overview on him and everything. He had a significant jump in production in 2017 because he lost a little bit of weight and went through a better conditioning program. And he's very disruptive, versatile, and he offers enough pass rush that he could be a three down defensive lineman that he doesn't have to be rotated out if he doesn't have to. I think he's something he's very good at. He definitely can be a Pro Bowler with the right kind of coaching. So yeah, definitely believe this will be a very good value pick in the second round.
Game changers. Game changers. I like that. Big hands. Big hands. You think you can put them on special teams? Maybe you can get up there, put those big hands up there, or something. See, because I honestly think that this is the reason why you don't need to take a lineman that early, because you got guys like this. That's and I really like
because this draft
see right on this
is pretty deep in the defensive talent.
Right.
So really, this is definitely a lineman type of draft, both offensive lineman and defensive lineman. So I'm not, would I prefer to see Payne or Vea at 13? Yes, I would. But I'm going. This draft isn't what I want. This is what I think the Redskins are going to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we move on to the third round pick, and the Kansas City Chiefs select. There. With that, Mike Shanahan had this corny statement when they screwed all those picks in 2010 and said, with the third pick, it was, I think when they traded.
Oh, on Sanchize, I've lost you a little bit. Hang on. All right, I have you back now. I'm sorry, I missed your entire little Mike Shanahan story.
Okay, well, it's like what Mike Shanahan said back in 2010 when they traded away all those picks to get some of these veterans up in there, like Carricker and Jamal Brown, and he said these are our draft picks. So Alex Smith is our third round draft pick.
There you go. Alex Smith is our third round draft pick.
Yes, and then Kendall Fuller is subtracted from that. But anyway, we.
Mm-hmm. So going on to the fourth round then, and we. Let's see here. All right, got it. All right. And let me know when you're ready, sir.
I am ready to go.
All right. So, with the 109th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Duke Dawson, cornerback out of Florida. The Redskins have been selecting last couple years mid-round cornerbacks that have pretty good potential. Example being Kendall Fuller, example being Fabian Moreau. We actually were able to see Fabian Moreau's potential a little bit last year, especially on special teams. That boy fast.
Yes.
And so they go back to a defensive back here, and they go with Duke Dawson, senior out of Florida. He's 5'11", weighs 197 pounds. He ran a 4.46 40-yard dash, which is pretty fast, which is so much faster than most of the receivers in this draft. As far as comparison goes, Brian Poole is his NFL comparison. He's a compact, strong slot corner who can beat up finesse receivers when he's allowed to, crowd and disrupt the route release. Dawson can match and blanket underneath, but hip tightness shows up when he's forced to turn or run from a back pedal. He can also handle himself in man or zone coverage and is ready to work when run support calls. He has some length and speed limitations, but he has the instincts and cover talent to become a starting nickel cornerback. And, some of his strengths is, he impedes receiver release with patient mirrored footwork, digest route combinations. He's a slant stopper. When they played Texas A&M, he smothered Christian Kirk, who is believed to be like the main speed guy of this draft.
All right, y'all. Sorry about that. We got a little technical difficulties, but we're going to try to get Amir back on here. We do apologize for that. But he was talking about Duke Dawson out of Florida. Try to get him back on here. Just bear with me one moment. All right, trying to get Amir back on here. So just bear with me. Real quick, we'll take a quick break and I will be right back with you. All right, everybody, we got him back on there. That's a little bit embarrassing, but should be getting Amir back on here. We do have Amir back on here. So had a little bad connection there. Amir, can you hear me, my friend?
Yeah, I can hear a lot better. I'm glad I have better connection now.
Gucci, man, Gucci. So we're sorry. Let's see. We are back on here. I think the chat is good. So in here, guy had played a pretty good game against Christian Kirk, who is probably one of the best. It's one of the best wide receivers in this draft. So he can play with some big time talent.
Indeed, he's projected to go in round 3 or between rounds 3 and 4. So I have him slip into us here in round 4, just in case.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a look here. And I mean, that's a good pick. And we've been finding gems in the third, fourth round as far as corner goes. So we're kind of like Lionel Richie and the Commodores, once, twice, three times a corner. So,
oh, that's right. Yeah, we definitely been finding some gems in the secondary last couple of years.
Yeah, and then we decided to trade them away, so it's even better, right?
Right.
But you did have some. So defense, we know is part of this draft. And you said Duke Dawson, but we go to the fifth round now, and you kind of change your tune a little bit. And this is where you kind of struck gold at last year. Well, no, you struck it in the fourth round, but could you strike it in the fifth round this year?
I guess we'll find out. And we go a little bit. No, we kind of go back to the home again.
Yeah, go back to Blacksburg.
And with the 142nd pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Wyatt Teller, guard out of Virginia Tech.
It just sounds like an offensive lineman's name.
Doesn't he sound like an offensive lineman?
It sounds like it. You put him up here. I mean, this kid, he's from Manassas too. I'm 4 years older than him. Bilton, yeah. He was born in Manassas. He was out there in Fauquier County. Fauquier, not FU.
I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, it's an Native American tribe. I mean, this guy, he was a defensive state player of the year in Virginia. Moved over to guard. This guy, God, I hate to sound like John Gruden, but he looks like a football player, man. Looks like a football player.
This guy here, man, he's a football player. I'll tell you what.
One of the ACC analysts said he was one of his favorite offensive linemen in the entire conference, and he got worse as the season went on. He has a bit of looks like laziness might be up to him. It says feet get sleepy on angle blocks and combinations, and often ineffective as a pull blocker. But talk about the positives there. Got good hand placement.
Sure is good hand placement. High percent lean muscle mass. He can do a 460 pound bench press, a 600-pound squat. I mean, come on.
Yes. He looks like a football player, man.
When you can squat two of me, I mean, come on.
True. And probably 1.5 of me. So,
his NFL comparison is Christian Westerman.
I don't know who Westerman plays.
He definitely, his effort level dropped drastically from 16 to 17. Which, who knows what's going on there? That could be something that that was happening in his personal life. That that was going on. That could have been like he was like, you know what? I ought to get drafted at some point. Maybe I just won't put as much effort out there. Who knows? But he's definitely good. He definitely has the potential to be a good depth person on your interior offensive line. Possibly one day into a starter, which is why he got a prospect grade of 5.54. And for those who don't know, the prospect grades, how that works is NFL.com has prospect grades, and basically, if you're rated 5.5 or above, you have a chance to become an NFL starter. 6.0, you should become an instant starter. 6.5, chance to be a Pro Bowl. 7.0 is you are Pro Bowl. 7.5 is your future All-Pro. 8.0 is your perennial All-Pro, and then 9.0 to 10 is once in a lifetime player. So
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Josh Money Rosen.
Mm-hmm.
But and you've got this guy kind of tumbling to where these guys projected him going in rounds 2 or 2 to 3. So, oh Lord, I'm looking at the wrong person. I'm looking at your next pick. I'm sorry. Wow,
It's all right.
I'm
Yeah, no, this
embarrassed.
guy is projected to be rounds 3 and 4 again. According to Walter Football, he's more of a 5 to 7 rounder. So it just depends on who you trust more as a source. I use both Walter Football and NFL.com. So as my sources for my research.
Just trust Gilbrand. That's all I know. Just trust Gil. Just trust him.
And then going on to second pick in the 5th round that we have.
Here comes the boom.
Here comes boom. That's right. With the 163rd pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, let's select Joel Noteboom, offensive tackle out of TCU.
Yes. Big guys.
He's from Plano, Texas. He's tall. He's 6'5", weighs 319. Definitely a high-rated prospect here. Fast for his size. He ran a sub 5.40. NFL.com has been going between rounds 2 and 3. I don't see him going that high personally.
Because he is a guard. He's offensive tackle. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I see him definitely going down a little bit. So we'll see, where that happens. The reason why I'm saying an offensive tackle right now, we had so many injuries on the offensive line last year. I mean, they definitely, Lightning shouldn't strike us twice, but we are Redskins fans. So we live with disappointment.
Yes.
Also, even though he hasn't allowed a sack in 15 games, I'm worried about the health of Trent Williams. I'm not saying his play is declining at all. He is one of, if not the best offensive tackle in football. But he's been playing this will be his 9th season. And the way he's been playing, he's had injuries throughout his career. He's had multiple drug suspensions. He's got to maybe start looking to adding some depth for a stopgap until we can pick another early round tackle. And again, that's not saying that his play is declining. It's his health and what his body is going to allow him to do.
Yeah, if they let him smoke that weed a little bit longer, maybe his body might last him a little bit longer. Just saying. But yeah, he missed his most games last year. I think he missed 6 games because of injury, and pretty much probably could have missed it. And really, I don't even think he should have played like past when they said he had pretty much like a season-ending injury.
Mm-hmm.
And he played on that. Just so they could get Seki back in there. I thought that was a little foolish, but
and Seki ended up still being hurt.
Right.
And both, right now during off-season workouts, they don't really have a tackle because Trent's out, Ty Nsekhe is currently out, Morgan Moses is out, and TJ Clemmings is out.
My God, it's a nightmare. It's a travesty. But we will make ends meet. I believe with that, and you do make I think this guy he looks like he's pretty good. It's just translating to this game, to the pro level where he did have the Big 12. What is TCU?
TCU? Not Big 10.
Ain't the Big 10. They're the Big 12 then. I think. Big 12, right? Yeah, it's Big 12.
Oh,
TCU. Yeah, I mean, so he plays against high-powered offenses and no defenses. So, we'll see from there. I always like picking on these smaller conferences. Or they're not really a small conference, but you know. Yeah, but we received 2 picks. One we flipped right. That was one we got from the Stuart Cravens trade. Is that right?
right. The reason why we're picking at 109 in the 4th round, and then we are picking at 142 and 163 in the 5th is the Stuart Cravens trade. We got 163 from the Broncos as part of the trade.
So we move on to the 6th round, and it'll be a while before
we on to the 6th round. We add a little bit more depth here because we did lose a Mr. Niles Paul in off-season to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And with the 205th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, we have the Washington Redskins taking Tyler Conklin, tight end out of Central Michigan.
big boy, 6'4", 240. At Central Michigan, has a chance to become a starter as far as his grade ranks out. 5th round. He fought back from a foot injury in camp to come back on. So, tough guy. Is he mentally tough? We'll see, but he looks like it from how he grades out here. And we found Jordan Reed's replacement, right?
Well, I'm not sure we found Jordan Reed's replacement, but we definitely find someone to step in there along with Mr. Sprinkle. We got Vernon Davis. We got the VD called CDC, and
Get infected.
Word. And we just, we definitely know it doesn't hurt to have more depth at tight end.
I agree. See,
and he has qualities to become a decent run blocker. So
right. Yeah, he does have some good run blocking. Looks like there, so we'll see. Maybe he can become something on those red zone packages, and with his size, so maybe a mismatch for a linebacker. So he's not going to make his living as a pass catching tight end, but he probably will sneak up on somebody. He doesn't really have a NFL comparison, but his bio is very scary looking. So his biopic is very scary looking.
A little bit, yeah. That's all I'd say. It was a little frightening. Kind of reminds me of who was that guy from the NBA? Not Joakim Noah. Oh, I can't remember. It was the guy that Draymond Green kicked in the balls a couple years ago. Anyways.
Oh. A couple years ago. Didn't he do that on the reg?
That's besides the point.
Damn Warriors.
So, moving on to the 7th round. Now, I had to go to a different website to get this guy's stats and everything because for some reason he wasn't popping up on NFL.com.
He's a Josh Hosey.
Yeah, very much.
Couldn't find anything on him.
With the 231st pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, Redskins take Parker Cothran, defensive end out of Penn State. Now, the skinny on this guy, he was a redshirt senior. Let's see here. What else? He's 6'4", weighs 289. They rate him. This is out of DraftScout.com. They rate him 37 out of 166 defensive tackles. 2016 All Big Ten Football honorable mention. He wasn't invited to the combine, so on his pro day, he ran a 5-second even 40-yard dash. He had 17 reps at the bench press. Let's see here, what else? On the season, it looks like he had, this was in 2016, he had 22 tackles on the season, including 5.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks on the year. This is a definitely developmental kind of guy. He's not going to come in for starter, but I definitely see him more as as a depth kind of person if he can make the team. Because it doesn't hurt to just always add depth throughout the rounds, especially when defensive line was our weakest point last year.
Yeah, adding that. Sorry, I had Mike because I need to cough, but yeah, I think that's a good pick there. For as a project, you give Tom Sewell a toy to play with, especially in training camp, and maybe he can make the team. So yeah, and this guy was out of Huntsville, Alabama. So he must not have been that good if Alabama didn't come pick him up, right? I'm just kidding, but either way, we do 10 picks later, and who's going to be the Mr. Irrelevant for the Redskins this year?
So Mr. Irrelevant at the 241st pick in the NFL draft is Trey Flowers, safety out of Oklahoma State.
6'3", 200 pounds. NFL.com has him going like 3rd, 5th round. They say he's very low.
Walter Ball has him going 6th round undrafted. So
okay.
4.45 40.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a fast guy. Let's see here.
Uncle played in the NFL, so he has that history.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't have an NFL comparison. Long arm, lanky safety with solid instincts, good straight line speed, but limited agility. Flowers' length has helped with tackle and ball production, but his lack of adequate man cover skills can be an issue if offenses target him in space. His thin frame and inconsistencies as a tackler will concern some teams. Backup safety might be his ceiling, and there's nothing wrong with being a backup.
Nope.
Still gonna make one of me and Sanchize combined in our lifetime.
Yeah, that's true. Preach.
So, he's productive and extremely long. Has the arm length for extended tackling, and I do think our tackling was better last year than it was the year before.
Yeah, just couldn't stay healthy. I agree with you.
So I remember last year's mock draft, I was preaching about tackling problems.
We got it. Yeah, now we're preaching about health and endurance and being using that cardiovascular endurance.
Exactly, the cardiovascular endurance.
Yeah, exactly. So we I mean, you got a great balance here. I told this to you last year, and I'm going to tell you again. I don't know how you do it, but you do great work. Because I would not have the patience nor the cardiovascular endurance to do this. So I tip my hat off to you. I think this is like picking the bracket in the NCAA tournament. And since I lost money, you know what? I forgot to pay my bracket this year. Oh well. Did beat. We'll have the collection agencies calling me. But I like I said, I think you're gonna hit one of these late round guys, and by late round I mean like 2 through 7. I think you'll hit one of these. I'd really like you to hit the Settles kid because I think that's. I think I'd like to see him just plug up that line. I mean, just plug it up. But let's go to the comment section. We do have some here, Mr. Amir. So, somebody, Chop Shop was thanking Vita Vey for a dominant D line. It's possible. I agree with you. I think Geis is going to be the pick because I think you go from just having a bunch of guys to having a guy.
Correct.
And then I think that the Redskins are in that kind of interesting situation that they were in 2015 when they passed up Leonard Williams. And a lot of people are like, well, why'd you get Brandon Sheriff? I mean, you look at it, apparently it was two good talents there. So I don't
honestly, Brandon Sheriff's proven to be a
exactly
Pro guard. He's on the verge of being an All Pro guard, and
about to get paid.
He's about to get his money.
Get that paper.
Sheller and it was Leonard. What was his name?
Leonard Williams.
Leonard Williams. Thank you.
Still saying
Leonard Williams. I almost said Sheldon Richardson, but I knew that wasn't right. But Leonard Williams, people think he's been so fantastic and everything like that. He's been such a great pass rush. Leonard Williams has only had more than 3 sacks once in his career, and I believe that was his rookie year. Since then, he has had less than 3 sacks each season, and he's appeared in all of his games, but he has only and has started almost all but one. But, I think, if you had to choose between Williams or Sheriff, I'd still, to this day, I'd go with Sheriff.
Fair point. Yeah, fair point. 3 sacks his rookie year, 7 the year before that, and then only had 2 sacks last year. I think if you do it all over again, I don't think Leonard Williams is a top 10 pick, to be honest with you. And I mean, it's kind of funny. Like when you go, I always feel like UFC players, for some reason, they never live up to the hype of what they are or what they, what they're heralded to be. Carson Palmer, Mark Sanchez, I even to a degree, Reggie Bush, Mike Williams. A lot of these guys drafted really high. Matt Leinart drafted really high. They're in the hall of average to below average. I mean, if you can think of somebody from USC that is doing it big in the NFL right now, Nelson Aguilar, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really see them. And I mean, you would know more about that than I would because you're out there on the West Coast. I don't really follow USC that much, so I don't see a lot of their games because it's past my bedtime on Saturdays.
Yeah, I agree. USC players, I think, is just the last really great USC player was
O.J. Simpson,
Reggie Bush, maybe.
O.J. Simpson,
Marcus Allen.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't kill me now.
Oh, that's not good. That's not that. I'll take my glove off.
Shit.
Anyway, but you see where I'm getting at. I just like with that Leonard Williams talk. I just feel like they don't live up to this top 10 bravada that causes them to like. I don't think USC. It's just Southern Cal to me. It's not USC. They don't they don't deserve that term USC anymore. I think South Carolina deserves it more than they do.
Yeah.
And I might piss off some people, but it's all good. Yeah, but and we move on to we got some more comments here as we filter through here. We did wish Paris Holland, one of our longtime viewers, subscribers, happy birthday! Happy birthday to you, sir. Hope you're enjoying it. Interesting. Oh, what's up, Cowboy X Factor? I do have, if he's still watching this, Cowboy X Factor, quick question. Like, is X for Dez or like, I don't know. What do you think about that? I haven't watched your video yet, but I want to see what you think about Dez Bryant leaving. I'm going to have to go and watch that. Got good content over there. Marcus Purnell, he does 2 games a year. What, are you in Florida, bro? He's gonna be doing the Jacksonville and Tampa game. He must be in Florida. I'd love to go to Tampa and Florida and Jacksonville to watch a game.
My brother-in-law probably will.
There you go.
Brother-in-law, rather. He lives in Bradenton, it's about an hour south of Tampa.
Nice. And Marcus also said, Blue Horseshoe loves John Kelly, the running back from the University of Tennessee.
That's a Wall Street reference.
Really?
It was Blue Horseshoe loves Little Colt or something like that. And he was making a Wall Street reference there.
Right.
From the movie Wall Street in like the 80s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Wow. Pop culture reference was right over my head. Like John Kelly out of University of Tennessee. What says you? Oh, he's in Hotlanta. Okay. Hotlanta. I didn't know this. He said, what's on your running back list? We said Darius, guys. I like Darius Guys if I can't get Saquon Barkley. He says John Kelly does it all. So I don't know. Let's take a look. Marcus, I'm going to do this for you, man, because you're so loyal to us and you're always I'm going to look up John Kelly. And at first when he said John Kelly, I thought he was talking about Trump's chief of staff, to be honest with you. I'm like, I don't know if I want a 67-year-old running back in my backfield. But John Kelly, 21 years old.
I thought he was talking about the old Buffalo Bills quarterback.
That's like, Jim Kelly.
Yeah. Something Jay and Kelly.
Jay Kelly. He's 5'9". He's 205 on a good day. He bench pressed 15 reps, had a 35-inch vertical. Broad jump was 120 even. Cone drill. He didn't do the 40, though. He did do the 20-yard shuttle. Did that in 4.5. Rating him on NFL.com as 5.55. Compared to Corey Clement. He's undersized. So, I mean, from reading what he does, kind of a clone of Chris Thompson. If we're looking at it, if we're being super duper, if we're doing being super serial here, guys. He can bounce, and I mean he's been in the SEC. Tennessee doesn't win, but they know how to get beat up. So he's played against tough opponents. So I mean, he's always could be if we don't get guys. Would this be somebody you would possibly look at, Amir?
Sorry, I lost you for a second there. What was the question again?
Okay. Let's see here. Would you go after John Kelly?
No, my second running back I would go after. If guys for some reason has taken before 13,
Uh-huh.
or if we trade back and he's taken between that, then my backup plan would be to go for Payne or Vea at
Uh-huh.
that point. And then in the second round, Rashad Penny.
Okay. Yeah, you like Rashad Penny. Also, Jonathan Lynch, we're gonna get right back. We're gonna get to you, buddy. I did see your comment here, but where we were on the draft thing, I'm still on that draft mindset. One more from Marcus, and he said Alan Lazard. Is he the kid from Iowa State? Is it the Hawkeye? Yeah, he said that would be. He's a running back, right? Well, am I right?
Receiver? I can't remember.
He's a receiver, running back hybrid. 6. Yeah, he's a wide receiver. It's Alan Lazard. 6'5", 227. That's a big boy.
Yeah, he is. Ran a 4.55 40. Played at Iowa State.
You know who he kind of reminds you of?
Who?
He's like he's a taller version of Niles Paul, probably. Play wide receiver. Could convert to tight end. And that's the point Marcus was making. He was saying he could be Jordan Reed's replacement clone. I think he could be more of a stopgap for Niles Paul, to be honest with you. But just looking at, just giving the eye test there, just doing some window shopping. What say ye, sir? What say ye?
It seems fine. He may go in the late rounds, maybe between 5 and 7. I don't expect him to go before that.
Okay. Yeah, and they said he would be better. Yeah, never know.
They also Redskins this week hosted a receiver out of Memphis, who's mainly a slot guy. Which people wonder, well, we have Jamison Crowder. This is Jamison Crowder's last year of his contract, and what they've been doing lately has just not been paying their own guys and been wanting to get compensatory picks.
Right.
So, which is fine and dandy and all, but at some point you're gonna have to pay your own guys.
Pay them boys. B Milton up in the house too. What's up, player? We need a blocking guy. Yeah, B Mill up in the hizzy. Yeah, he said John Kelly stole carries from Kamara too, and Jonathan, I promise you I was going to go back to your comments, so I apologize. I'm sorry, Mr. Lynch. Woo-hoo. He asked us, going back to the schedule, what do we think of the Redskins playing on Thanksgiving for the 3rd year in a row?
Well, it gives me something to do while I'm waiting in line at Walmart.
It's true. See, I don't do that. I don't prevent this. I enjoy time with my family. No, but see, this was gonna happen. I try not to cuss on the holidays, but damn it, this team will bring it out of me every single time. I'm telling you. I'm like, why are we really that like hyped to play on Thanksgiving? Like, who in the NFL office hates us that much? Like,
apparently, a lot of people. Apparently, in the NFL officers and started the schedule, has either like they grew up a Redskins fan and they hate Snyder, or Snyder did them dirty at some point.
Yep,
it has to be that.
Somebody, when I always say this, I say this to my friends when they do everything. So in game. It'll be the middle card of Thanksgiving against at the Cowboys. Um, it's one of those moments I say, somebody come get y'all's cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would have been an appropriate statement when Kirk was there, but either way, this is just when somebody does something really stupid, and you don't really know. Like we do this in the Afro American community. We're like, whose cousin is this? I extend on that. Somebody come get y'all's cousin because whoever's making this schedule up hates the Redskins. We need to stop this. I want to enjoy my Thanksgiving dinner. I don't want my holidays ruined. I really don't. Why would I want my holiday ruined by the fact that this team, they played on a shitty field last year, really wasn't in contention. I hope it rains or snows in Dallas that day so that sun isn't shining in the quarterback's face. I don't know, man. I really don't know what they're smoking in Dallas. I mean, in New York and Park Avenue, these crackheads that make this schedule. But I'm over it. I liked it. We hosted Thanksgiving game last year. We played on Thanksgiving again. I don't want to ruin my holidays anymore. I want a family. I don't want, and it'll be also. This is the same day that RG3 went off on Dallas and on Thanksgiving. It'll be November 22nd, and that was
Right.
6 years ago. It'll be 6 years ago, because actually there's an interesting story by that with my personal time, because it was the day before my birthday, and then they won. The Redskins won a little sandwich thing, beat Philadelphia at home, then won in Dallas on Thanksgiving. But we know we'll be true to Troy Buck.
Right.
I call him Truck. Thoughts on this draft, the schedule, or anything in between?
Well, he said schedule the way I can see right now, and like I said, this is not a stab at Alex Smith, not in the slightest. I just think it's going to be I think it's going to be a bad year for the Redskins. I think it's going to be a really bad year. We're in for a long season.
And the Redskins are going to go to the playoffs.
We are building for the future. So, as far as the draft goes, I have the final first round mock draft next week. Again, next Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in live, where Sanchize and I will be doing live commentary of the 2018 first round.
Yes. We'll be picks, judging the picks. It will be very exciting. Very exciting. We're going to
tell you guys what, if this video can get 15 likes, 15 thumbs up, I will do the entire commentary in a John Gruden impression.
Dislike this video. If don't do that. Don't listen to him. No. We also got Redskins Pride, WGIL, the radio station. I just love that.
Yeah, in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Two things. One, can we get on Hard Knocks? No. Two, can we scrimmage?
Personally, I would love to see
I don't. That's just obnoxious. Two, can we scrimmage a pro team during training camp? I think yes, and I think it'll be the Patriots.
I think it's supposed to be the Patriots. It depends. The reason we haven't been able to is because of the agreement.
The contract.
There's a contract with Richmond, Virginia, that the Redskins signed, that they would do so many hours of training camp or something like that there. And so that's why teams have been coming to them, even if we had to go play the teams at their place. That's why teams were coming to them. So, with the Patriots being so close, it is possible that we maybe get a few days away from that deal and go up to visit with them, which I would love because just anytime you're around a significantly better franchise, you can pick up a few things. Learn the practices that they do. I mean, who knows what 3 days around the Patriots can do for this team.
Well, I remember last time we did in 2014. Last thing I recall, they went 4-12.
Okay, touche.
I'm just saying, and yeah, but I know I agree with you. Even though I poke fun at that, I do agree with you wholeheartedly, Amir. That I think that this team could benefit from sitting down and watching the Patriots and learning from the Patriot way. Maybe they can partake in TB12 snacks and methods and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think the Patriots are becoming functionally dysfunctional now. They might not have Gronk. Tom Brady hasn't committed, but we still think he'll play. Year 41 or whatever it is of age. So I think the Patriots would be or maybe Denver. No. Well, yeah, maybe Denver. Because crossing over two timelines, usually like to stay within a time zone when they do this, and regionally that makes I could see that possibly happening. But then by that time, now that I think about it, I don't think it would work because they won't be in training camp. They've already breaking camp, so maybe the Jets.
Right.
I don't. Yeah, I the Hard Knocks thing. I'm not a big fan of though. I just think that it is a little much. And then for the fact of what this team is, I don't know if this team has enough characters on it to stand out on Hard Knocks, and maybe HBO might be offended by the name. So we'll see. And Jonathan Lynch is ready for the new Avengers movie. I haven't seen a few of them in a while, so yeah, but I like the schedule. When we always think the Redskins are going to do terrible, they usually do halfway decent on their schedule. Last year, we predicted like 10-6 or whatever asinine number, and they fell. Right now, I see them winning 6 games. I just see because they've been
right now. I see them winning 3.
I could see them doubling up on that. Such the pessimist, Mr. Amir. Such the pessimist. I'm disappointed in you. In the words of Yoda, this is why you failed. Excuse me. But like you said, just to go over, recap what we talked about, schedule out. Thanksgiving game, 2 Monday night games on the road. Opening in Arizona, closing at home against Philadelphia. Amir's got Darius Geis going number 1 for us. Who else do we have here? We have Tim Settle from Virginia Tech at pick 44. Nobody in third round, so Alex Smith will be our third round pick this year. Duke Dawson, the quarterback out of Florida, one on guard from Vatech at 142. Bringing the boom at 163. Joel Note Boom and Tyler Conklin out of Central Michigan at 205. And Parker, help me, Cawthron out of Penn State. And then 10 picks later at 241 in the 7th round. And the Redskins' Mr. Irrelevant would be Trey Flowers, safety from Oklahoma State. And also, don't forget, we are starting that giveaway. Now, we'll call it giveaway. And we will do a drawing for a Samaje P. Ryan rookie card that I have that I just want to give out to you guys. I'm not a big card collector, but I have it, and I do want to give it out. And Amir said that he will offer up a bit of Redskin nostalgia. It is his Kirk Cousins jersey that is the same jersey that you crop the Michael Jordan crying face on. Is that right? You still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh. So yeah, we're really excited. Coming up here, don't forget the podcast. You can listen to it on iTunes. You can talk to Siri, say, "Hey Siri, shut up, Siri, don't do that." Answer play on the Warpath podcast. It's really exciting, and you can take us anywhere you go. So if you're in an hour commute, like some people, you can listen to us. If you're at home with the wife and kids or the husband and kids, you can listen to us. If you need something to go to sleep to, you can listen to us. But we're getting there with it. We would appreciate you can give to the podcast. If you have the podcast app on your phone, you just go on there. You just type in On the Warpath. It's the On the Warpath one, not Braves On the Warpath. So we got it here, and you can listen to the best of it, and it's right here. You'll see our little insignia on the Warpath, brought to you by Anchor. So really excited. And Amir's Christmas is coming up on Thursday, and we will be live with pick by pick analysis when the Cleveland Browns take a quarterback at 1 and a quarterback at 4.
Yeah, apparently that's a rumor.
That's a thing.
I think they're gonna take Barkley at 1, and they'll take a quarterback at 4. Because they can still get who they want in Josh Allen to sit behind Tyrod Taylor for a year. There's Sanchez. Hello? Okay, well, it seems we have lost Sanchize here. For those of you, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the videos. Appreciate you. Love you all. And as we say here on the Warpath, love, peace, and hail. And we will see you guys next week.